Our early life experiences greatly affect how our brains develop. When children have positive and healthy interactions with adults, this can help their brains form more complex neural networks as they learn and grow. That's why GRIT is dedicated to supporting educators to implement the pyramid model in early learning and care programs. The pyramid model is an evidence-based framework that has worked for decades to promote the social and emotional development and inclusion of young children. It aligns with trauma-informed practices and has points of connection with early learning and childcare curriculum frameworks. The framework emphasizes the importance of building positive relationships, creating responsive environments, and supporting children's interactions with others. Implementation of the pyramid model is supported through professional learning and access to coaching to build on educators' strengths and the practice of new skills. Additionally, commitment by the program's leadership team also ensures that every educator can implement these practices. The pyramid model is structured around 3 tiers of support: the universal, targeted, and intensive support levels. These tiers depend on an effective workforce of educated, prepared, well-compensated educators as the base. Let's look closer at the pyramid model. The universal tier is the foundation of the pyramid model, with a focus on creating responsive relationships and high-quality inclusive environments. While these practices are necessary for all children, they meet the needs of 80%. Responsive relationships involve meaningful connections between educators, children, and families. High-quality inclusive environments means creating engaging and predictable routines that allow children to feel safe and secure to play and learn. The second tier is targeted social and emotional support that educators nurture in all children. Targeted practices include supporting social and emotional learning in areas of positive peer interactions, expressing feelings and emotions, and problem solving. Educators support all children to learn these valuable skills and individualize their support for some children as needed. 15% of children will need targeted support. The top tier represents intensive support, which is only necessary for about 5% of children. This tier looks at how to best support individual children who experience persistent challenges in their behavior or in how they express their needs. This involves working closely with families to identify the meaning of a child's behavior and creating a support plan that educators and families can use to help the child communicate their needs in a different way. In some instances, this may also include collaboration with other professionals. At every tier of the pyramid, the program's leadership team holds a significant role to provide the resources and time needed for educators to implement these inclusive practices. This, along with professional learning and coaching, allows educators to strengthen their skills and confidence and support every child's well-being. The implementation of the pyramid model gives adults opportunities to reflect and gain insight to effectively understand the meaning behind young children's behavior and to respond in a positive and supportive way. Through applying pyramid model practices, educators report improved relationships with children, families, and team members. They value that the framework aligns with their program's existing values and philosophy. The urgency of supporting educators' use of inclusive practices cannot be overstated. Educators report a lack of skills and confidence in responding to challenging behavior, which results in asking families to withdraw their child from the program. With a history of 1 in 5 programs in Alberta having to ask families to withdraw due to challenging behavior, the urgency of supporting educators' use of inclusive practices cannot be overstated. By implementing the pyramid model, GRIT helps educators create high-quality environments, promote positive relationships, prevent and respond to challenging behavior, and ensure the meaningful participation and inclusion of all children. For more information about the pyramid model, our research outcomes, and how you can strengthen your program, contact GRIT.